Take a breath, soak in the scenery, and let nature lead the way. It's another episode of Island Time at Latitude Margaritaville. On our last episode, we focused on eye health, and now we're stepping outside for a refreshing dose of natural wellness. Join Jill Moore on a scenic nature walk through Pinckney Island and discover just how breathtaking the Lowcountry truly is. Catch the highlights from our latest residence events. Candyland adult version. Remember Candyland? Well, this is the adult version, which brought sweet nostalgia to life with candy, cocktails, tasty treats, and mischievous fun. Guests dressed to impress in candy-themed flair for a night of laughter and sugar-fueled adventure. Cars and cocktails for the cure. The engines roared and the cocktails flowed, and the community showed up in style. Classic cars dazzled, spirits lifted, and every sip helped drive support for breast cancer awareness. Good morning, Jill. Thank you for joining us. Actually, thank you for having us because this is your little expedition, and we're where?
Yeah, so we are at Pinckney National Wildlife Refuge here on beautiful Hilton Head Island. And we're offering this today exclusively for Margaritaville.
Thank you so much. But what are we going to see? This is such a great place. Summer, fall, winter, spring, it's got something going on. Yeah. And you're the naturalist, so you're going to be able to tell us all the things that we're going to see. Yeah. But is there different things that we're going to see in the different seasons?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Pinckney is known for its spring rookery season, but any time of the year, you can see every ecosystem of the Lowcountry here. And so as we go, we're gonna experience the maritime forest, the salt marsh. It's just a beautiful place. And we tie in history too.
So what you're seeing though is all the things that I have heard for 40 years, the salt marsh. People from the north don't know what a salt marsh is or a rookery or all of those things. So this is so special to us being in the Lowcountry, giving everybody a little taste of what they can see outside of our property. So we're halfway between Bluffton and kind of sort of to Hilton Head, where this is located. Such a great, beautiful spot, but right off the water too, right?
Exactly.
We get to see the water today?
We are. We're going to have water on the left and the right of us.
Oh, good. We're good.
We're going to talk about all the things that are living in it. And
okay.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I saw that you brought your little monocular, so we're good.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna show you guys all the bits and pieces of whatever we can find. So stay tuned.
We're here in the parking lot, and we're gonna go about a mile to Ibis Pond. Does everyone know what an ibis is? Okay, so we're starting there. We've got our ibis. There was a ton out in the creek as we went by. And as we go today, I'm gonna be tying in a little bit of history with nature. And right here, where we're standing, is a piece of history which has to do with the Revolutionary War. And Pinckney, Charles Cotesworth Pinckney, was a signer on the Declaration of Independence, and he was a general in the Revolutionary War. So his father first purchased this land. He was Charles Pinckney, and then Charles Cotesworth Pinckney was more well known. So, tying that into the Revolutionary War, this is why our state tree is our state tree, because back then battles were happening by cannonballs, shooting the cannonballs from water, and this amazing tree they found would deflect those cannonballs. So we have a really fibrous outside and a hollow middle. You have these all over Margaritaville, and you'll notice that sometimes they have the boots, these crisscrossy things, and sometimes they don't. So as we go today, we're gonna be watching for that. If they've been in an area where they've been blown and storms and things, those will just fall to the ground. But those are the former branches. So I'm just gonna point this out, and then we'll get moving again. This is our state tree. So the state tree starts out just like this. It actually can start as just one little frond. It takes about 8 years for this to get a trunk. So behind you, you can see the start of our state tree trying to grow. So it's gonna take about 8 years to get a trunk. So we kind of see that starting over here. And then about 25 years to reach full height. Some things that are happening here. One, I want you to look back at the maritime forest. And we see how those trees are growing over the path. Well, after the 1600s, when this was purchased by the Pinckneys, this was a cotton plantation. And so it wasn't one of the big ones, not real noteworthy, but there certainly was considered a plantation. And so when they clear a path like that and the live oaks are planted, that's what trees do. And we see that in our quintessential southern landscape all the time of the beautiful live oaks and how they come over. So it's a beautiful view to look back at. You'll notice there are little muddy balls around it. The bigger balls around here are from them digging out their hole. The little ones are from them eating. So our tide brings in this nutrient-rich water. The crabs eat that mud and then spit out all those little sandy balls when they're done eating. So that's what you're seeing right here. And as soon as I got down here, they all went back in the hole. But the males have the big claw. They're saying, hey ladies, come on over. So we'll talk about the rest in another spot. This ibis, you'll notice the beak. Whenever I do bird walks, I want you to think about form and function. We have so many birds here, just like so many trees. But if you're one of our many wading birds, like that guy, you gotta know your big white bird. Who is that? The great egret. Black looks great with everything. They have black legs. So that wading bird, the great egret, there's our painting, right?
Yes.
I mean, how many paintings do we have of the bird flying over? Their whole first year, they are brown, but as they go towards the end of their first year, they start to get more of a whitish color. And a fully mature ibis is white with black tips. What all that little short grass looking stuff right there is this. So we'll see how daring you are.
I'll eat it.
This is sea bean. Do you have water? Okay, you have something to drink. This is called many different things. Glass wort, sea bean, sea pickle. There's a group of Charleston students that have actually studied it and now have a nutrition label for it. But
really?
Yeah, and Bluffton Oyster Factory was selling it for a
salty.
bit. So it is kind of like a salty, a pickle, a potato chip, but it is edible. Oh, this is our largest heron. This is the great blue. And this is a mature great blue. Look at the feathers, kind of like just a beard coming in. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Actually, I thought those feathers were a mature, but look at this in the scope, guys. Those feathers are so downy.
Wow. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Actually, there he goes. There's your painting. You need to remember that birds do not sit in a nest unless they are nesting. And so it holds their eggs, it holds their chicks for about 2 weeks. And that's it. Because after that, those birds are too big to be in the nest. Birds, even of that size, are full size. You want to guess how long it takes for them to get full size? Let's throw some numbers out there. A year?
2 years.
2 years?
6 months.
Okay, we're getting closer.
Less than?
2 months.
Oh, wow.
2 months, birds are full size and out of the nest. But did you hear that crazy little call just now? So that is the gallinule. I believe it's on the sign. Yes, right here. On the sign, it's called a moorhen. If you have a bird book that's older than 5 years old, it'll also be called a moorhen. Somebody decided to change its name to a gallinule. But they have the bright orange beak. And they're dabbling ducks. But again, form and function. I'm a dabbling duck, but I'm not gonna migrate. And I really like these little ponds that are all full of the duckweed and the grasses.
What an absolutely wonderful morning. Just a very small example of some of the things that we get to do off property, and we like to do that. Hilton Head is very special to the Lowcountry, but all of our communities will get you acquainted with the community outside of your property. So you have to join us for all these different excursions. Land, sea, nature, water, it's all here for you. I mean, look at this view. Very special place. Welcome to the Lowcountry. More memories are just around the corner. Here's what's to come at Latitude Margaritaville. League of Their Own Finsball Tournament. It's 5 o'clock mini golf. Fall cooking demonstration. Thanks for joining us on the trail. Fresh air, beautiful views, and a taste of the Lowcountry. What could be better? Stay tuned for more adventures coming your way on next week's episode of Island Time.